Happy Friday, traders, and today I am bringing you a very late Friday recap of my trades for today. Now, I know this is a late video, but it was a very choppy day. It was a very choppy day, and from my screen, you can probably tell I traded TKLF. So today I traded two tickers, SUNE and TKLF. Now, this is going to be a very quick video, but I'll break down what I saw, what I traded, and just document what happened today because today could have been really ugly. I traded TKLF. I This morning I saw this huge push and the rejection. I started shorting in the 230s. I shorted the 230s. I started adding on the way down into the 220s. So this area here was where I got in, and I was pretty aggressive on this one. I had about 6,000 shares. Now, my thought process for this ticker was I wanted to see a breakdown below $2. The reason is because this stock had actually really bearish news. So I'm pulling up Gemini, and this is, let me see. This is what happened. So from this chart, you can see that their revenue almost doubled. Their profit only increased by 5 million. But if you look at the end result, their net income was actually negative 90%. So their revenue increased, their profit increased very slightly, but in reality, it actually decreased because their operating expense went up substantially. So even though today we had a headline where the total revenue of the company increased, it was actually a very bearish headline because they actually end up losing more money and they actually ended up worse off today than they were last year for the fiscal year of 2025. Now, in hindsight, I mean, I really wish I gotten out earlier. I was actually green about $800, but instead of taking profit, I wasn't revenge trading, but I was in the right mindset. And the reason was because on Tuesday and Wednesday, if I held on to my shares, if I followed through with my stats, I would have doubled and tripled my profit on Tuesday and Wednesday. So today I was thinking, well, my stat says it should drop below $2. The chart does not look very good. The headline's not very good. I should probably hold it. So I held it, but the one thing that was really fighting me was liquidity. This stock was so illiquid. Liquidity disappeared and I could not get out. And this is one of the main traps because after the morning dump, it wasn't a big dump. It went from 230 to about 205. It wasn't 205, it was like 208. But after this morning drop, I expected a breakdown. Now, the breakdown didn't happen. And I know these stocks inside out. Two things will happen. A, it's going to drop, it's going to grind, and then big drop. Or it's going to continue grinding up the rest of the day. And that's what happened. And I got really frustrated and stuck inside this entire chop and grind. And I end up losing about $1,100. I think my exit was about 238. Now, I didn't cover at 238. I couldn't. It was a lot of small exits, and it was just priced around the bid, below the bid, around the bid, above the bid. The spread was so high, it was at 10 cents. And I just put these orders out there hoping to get filled. And eventually, when I did get filled, at the end of the day, my average was 238. And I added so many times, I brought down my initial average of 230s to about 222. So I shorted at around 222 average and I got out around 238. And yeah, I mean, and because of that, I ended up losing $1,000. So that was my red trade. And while I was trying to manage the other trade, I saw SUNE, SUNE. This stock I was analyzing a few days ago, and there was this massive consolidation in the pre-market, and this held through into the trading hours. This consolidation did not break. So If it didn't break, if it didn't break down, it slowly broke out. And today I saw it, and I end up top ticking this one on this bounce here. So I shorted it on 410, which is, if you look at this chart, is literally right at the top of this candle. One of these candles, I don't remember which one, but it was literally right at the top. The reason why I shorted it was because I realized my risk to reward was pretty great. I was only risking about 420, 425. I just wanted to see what it would do. You can see all these topping tails in this area, and I knew it was going to reject around the 420s. And if it didn't, I started off with 3,000 shares. I would have lost about $400. And the chart looked right. When I say that, I mean, if you look at the slow grind and you see its rejection, the reason why it popped is because every single short seller who got trapped in this area here, they're going to exit on the dip. And this drop was pretty substantial. It went to 460, 450. This push will squeeze out a lot of short sellers. It'll also trap a lot of long traders, and this dip from 450 to about 370 was about 20%. This drop will be enough to weed out a lot of short sellers. It will weed them out, and whoever was bag holding will probably get out on these candles here. So that's what I was thinking. And on this grind up, I shorted at 410, risking 420s. And in hindsight, I would have held it. I wish I did, but my headspace was just all over the place today. And I ended up exiting in the 370s. It wasn't 370 again, it was an average of 370. It was a combination of 380s, 370s, 360s. Best exit, I think it was 350s. But this trade here, I made back $1,200. So it doesn't look like much. My broker's not showing me what's going on, but this is my P&L. SUNE, I made back $1,127. I took a quick trade here, looking for the breakdown below 330 and 320. Didn't happen. I immediately got out. This one I tried again. It kind of worked, but I didn't like it. If you look at this chart, I can tell you exactly where it was. There was a big drop below 320, I believe, right here. So it had a big drop, didn't work, popped back out, and I realized on the pop, I just got on this candle. So very small win. And this one here was very disappointing, TKLF. And this one I lost 16 cents on 6,400 shares, which resulted in a $1,000 loss. So that's my day. If you add up this P&L, I think the net is like $160 or so. It's about a break-even day. It's a flat day. After fees and commission, we're basically at zero. So that's my recap for today. It's very short. There's not much to it. I was very choppy. I'm very disappointed in myself. So I'm going to take the weekend, reset, and we'll see you guys on Monday.